I want to talk about education for a minute. I was recently on a university campus and I saw this entire tutoring center. Supplemental education, largely for mathematics. That literally hundreds of students have so much trouble in their math courses that they have to go outside the class to a whole nother building, a whole nother center with experts and tutors to try to get them caught up. ChatGPT can already do very advanced mathematics. Students aren't really going to be able to catch up with that. And yet they're pulling their hair out, struggling to get through calculus, for example. Well, calculus is one of the most beautiful ideas humanity's ever developed. But it's like 400 years old. The percentage of students that are going to get a career deriving formulas, taking derivatives, solving integrals on a chalkboard is vanishingly small. I was talking to a colleague recently and we were saying it's like when you have to explain a joke, that means it's not funny. And they suggested that any student that has to go and get tutored in mathematics in university is probably never going to do mathematics at a high level. And that's not to be mean or to say they left out, and I'm sure some small percentage might get involved. But it's unlikely, right? Mathematics historically has been dominated by very young people. And if you don't already understand it sort of intuitively, then it's going to be difficult to make contributions to that field. And I know that seems pessimistic, but I'm actually trying to be positive about what these young people should do with their time and their money. There's a whole student loan debt crisis throughout the world. And the students are investing years of their lives, tremendous opportunity costs, and literally thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I heard a talk recently that they expect the price of a 4-year liberal arts college to go to $1 million. It's on that trend. Now, what's the return on your investment? What are they getting for that? ChatGPT can already do graduate level mathematics and write the papers and write the code to go with it and everything else. I think we need to consider that the purpose of higher education is to create interesting, well-rounded individuals. This was the whole point of having a democracy, is that people have this internal understanding that they can go out and they can participate in helping govern society. But the idea that it's job training, I think, is miscited. The idea that you're going to go to university and get skills that are going to really help you in your career, I don't think that's been true for 20 years. And I think it's going to completely disappear in the next 2 years. ChatGPT can program in dozens of languages. Less than 1% of the planet can program a computer. So what does it mean to go and struggle for years and years to learn how to program? You need to learn how to use AI. You need to learn how to create, how to do things. Most of the problems that you solved in school, grade school, middle school, university, nobody cared about the answer. Most of the time, 99% of the time, they already knew the answer. And the teacher was saying, can you get this answer? And that seems like a waste of time. Seems like a waste of human effort and labor. Not at an individual level, but at a cultural level. We're paying with tax dollars for all of these schools. And they should be making something people care about. A project that a student should do should be to create real products, the kinds that we recognize in our economy. And instead, they're doing multiple choice questions that no one wants the answer to. So I think with AI now, we need to challenge the students to go out and answer questions we don't have the answers to. I think medicine is one of the most obvious applications. But other things like green energy, recycling, mental health, questions where we don't have answers. We don't even know what the answers would look like. But the answers would be important. And so rather than forcing students to go through calculus 1, 2, and 3, knowing that they're never going to use calculus, or if they are, they're going to use it in a computer-assisted setting, they should be learning how to create things, create apps, create content, create something people care about. That's what I think is going to be important.